Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I'm bringing you one of those games that just make you tear your hair out as a Call of Duty player. This is a really nice personal game on Arkaden using the striker, and I'm using an unusual kill streak setup because you don't really see a lot of people use this. I'm using Predator Missile, Attack Helicopter and a AH6 Overwatch. Now I'll talk a little bit more about my kill streaks and what I use in a bit, but this sort of gameplay is one you will get every now and again, and it's a game where I do very well. I mean, I end up topping the entire lobby. I finish, I think, well over 1,000 points clear of my nearest teammate. I'm finished clear of the people on the other team, but it isn't enough to give the team the win. Now, it's just so frustrating when you run into a lobby of this, and especially in a ground war domination. Because in this game, there are many occasions where you see me having to run back and defend our home flag. And when 9 people can't defend one flag on a relatively small map like Arkaden, you really know things are going to go against you. But this is the sort of gameplay that really shows that you're a decent Call of Duty player, because it shows that you are doing well when the rest of your team is completely flopping, and that's the way it turns out. We end up getting battered in domination in the end. Well, not battered, but losing fairly comfortably. But this was me trying to win this game basically on my own. I think there was only 1 or 2 teammates who were doing anything useful. So when you've got basically 6 or 7 teammates who are deadwood, you're really going to struggle. And my message really for this gameplay is don't beat yourself up about it, because every now and again, especially when you're being the lone wolf, you are going to lose games, and the vast majority of the time it's not your fault. So you see a lot of people go into COD rages, and I do this as well. I do go into COD rages every now and again, but in instances like this, when you've tried your best, you can't really do much more. You've got your kill streaks in, you've rushed the objectives, you've desperately tried to pile on B, and you still keep losing them. There's nothing really you can do, and you just have to sit back and go, well, I did my best, it wasn't my day. So what I want to talk about briefly is my kill streak setup, because like I said, I haven't seen too many people use this, but it's one of my favourite and most unusual kill streak setups that I tend to use, because what you tend to see a lot of people use is either a low end, a medium end, or a high end kill streak setup. So they'll either run something like a support streak with just UAV or support vests, ballistic vests, sorry, get my kill streaks right. They'll run a medium one like a UAV Predator Missile chopper gunner, or what they'll do is they'll run one like a Predator Missile AH6 Overwatch and then an Osprey gunner, or AC-130, something like that. But I think this is a very useful and very good kill streak setup to use, because when you start off with a Predator Missile, in domination you really don't have to work particularly hard to get a Predator Missile. You get on one objective, you get a couple of assists with the recon, good recon flash grenade, and you're already halfway there. Just a couple of kills then, and you've got your Predator Missile. Now, in a ground war game, 9-a-side obviously, calling in a Predator Missile guarantees you a kill pretty much 100 times out of 100. You are also very likely to get double, triple kills with your Predator Missile, and you see several times in my gameplay here I end up getting double, triple kills. Now if you manage to get a double kill with your Predator Missile, that immediately gives you your Attack Helicopter. So you've gone from no kill streaks to your Attack Helicopter very easily. Then if you get your Attack Helicopter, you're only 2 or 3 more kills away from getting your AH6 Overwatch. And kill streaks like this that flow into each other are the ones I prefer to use. I really don't like, for example, using very staggered kill streaks. So for example, using UAV Predator Missile AC-130, because I don't like that big gap in between kill streaks. If I'm going to go for a massive high kill game, what I like to do is just put all of my point streaks, I need to keep calling them point streaks instead of kill streaks, because it's just force of habit. Obviously, I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4 properly, so it's just been kill streak all the way through. So I'll keep calling them point streaks, hopefully. But yeah, I don't like a big gap in between my point streaks, because you seem to stagnate when you have that. I mean, with this kill streak setup, you're always 1 or 2 kills away from a kill streak. So that encourages you to go out and try and find those 1 or 2 kills. When you're 5 or 6 kills away from a kill streak, that encourages you to think, I'm a little bit too far away from this kill streak to go rushing around. What I think I'm going to do is just sit back, relax a little bit, and try and get this slowly. So having these kill streaks, all relatively I will get there, relatively close together, really does enable you to get a lot more flow to your game. And this is something I think I'm going to try a lot more often, because a lot of the time when you are struggling, it's because you are trying to do things a little bit, too well, too early. You're trying to force the play. A class like this and a point streak setup like this really does enable you to get into your stride, especially if you've been, not been playing much over a weekend, or not been playing much because you've gone on holiday, or just not been playing much at all. A setup like this enables you to slowly build back in, and the A86 Overwatch, it really is an absolutely brilliant point streak, because although it is relatively weak, I mean, 1 stinger hit will take it down, it really does wreck shop. You can go on a mad tear with these things, and as part of my domination tutorial / COD 101, I'm doing a segment which focuses on how point streaks can be used effectively to defend objectives, and my AH6 Overwatch is my favourite objective defending point streak, because I have a clip, for example, it's on the map Arkaden, and it's on the C domination flag, and the C domination flag, if you can't quite remember, is the one basically on the rubbish heap. So there's a rubbish heap with C, there's a dumpster where people can hide behind, and then there's that little alley down the right hand side of the map, the 2-story alley where a lot of people come from. I have a clip from that where I run up with my M60 and I see 3 or 4 people there. Now I know I'm going to lose that gunfight, so what I do is I dive in behind cover and let my AH6 clear the objective, and it clears 3 or 4 people, then I get on and capture the objective. And using an AH6 in domination is a very, very attacking manoeuvre, because unlike other helicopters which just go on their own merry thing, the AH6 follows you around, so it really does encourage you to get in the enemy faces. So if you're using a rushing class, for example submachine gun, or like the striker class I'm using here, using an AH6 really does make it a lot easier for you to go on those high kill games, because it just acts as a bodyguard for you, especially like now when I'm in a team that perhaps isn't really performing to its best and I'm desperately trying to win the game single-handedly. Having that AI helicopter following you around, watching your back, defending you, it really does provide a very, very useful service. And yes, admittedly, it can get taken out very, very easily, but if you're aggressive enough, if you keep the enemy on the back foot enough, you really can do very, very well with this setup. So it's a setup I really encourage you to use, even though it wasn't quite enough to carry my entire team this game. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this commentary. It was just a little quick one, because what I've been trying to do recently is, based on your feedback obviously, to try and speed videos up. So I've been managing to speed videos up by 2-3 minutes a time sometimes. So I'm really hoping you're enjoying these slightly shorter videos, but I really hope as well you give this setup a try, because it's a setup that works really well for me, especially when you're trying to be more aggressive. It seems to be quite a high-end kill streak setup, but once you get your feel and you get your flow, you end up getting it very, very easily. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.